All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash, which is the true name of the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, our two great kings, the gods that the King James Bible speaks of, which again, the true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world of ignorance calls Christ, true name is Yahweh Shai. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, Elder Tahar, and on down at Rule Well. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the hopeful elect out there, the brothers that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. All right, so I just want to do a short lesson of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And this is going to be an update on the plagues and famine. All right, and Lord wills, brothers can see on the screen the motivation for this lesson comes from this article that I have here from the Hill. And we live in raw milk for a week. Study finds. All right, let's go straight into it. Damn, they close the rest of the motherfuckers, man. Damn. Yeah, the ice shit ain't no joke. But anyway, uh, the article reads: the bird flu virus can remain infectious in raw milk for over a day at room temperature. All right, but check this part out. At more than a week when refrigerated, according to a new non-peer-reviewed research for a group of UK scientists. All right, so in room temperature, meaning not refrigerated, all right, it can only last for a day. But when it's refrigerated, which everything in the store is refrigerated, all raw milk or all dairy products, all right, or milk or whatever in the stores is all refrigerated. All right. So, like I've said before, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai, and I know I sound like a broken record, but Esau could kill two birds with one stone, no pun intended, with that, with this right here, with this bird flu, because he could declare a global pandemic again, all right, and it can justify the reason for throwing out food, all right, or clearing the shelves with this, all right. And I did a video through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Yahweh Shai yesterday, which pretty sure all the brothers out there are aware of the situation with the so-called two Chinese students, all right, that came here with a fungus that would destroy American crops or whatever. All right, so just feel like through the spirit, Esau is about to make a major move towards the food supply chain. All right, Lord willing. It says the studies published in Med Rips, if I pronounced that wrong, uh, examine the stability of the H5N1 avian influenza virus is raw cow and sheep milk. Okay, so raw cow and sheep milk, with researchers simulating storage containers common in dairy settings. All right, so it says highly viral terrence was detected in milk from infected cows, raising concerns about onwards human infections. The authors wrote, and again, like I said before, Esau can easily just say, because he's saying that again, when it's refrigerated with all the milk or dairy products or meat or whatever, because they've also found traces of the bird flu in certain meats or whatever as well. They could easily just say that all the food in the stores is contaminated. We found it. Some milk and certain dairy products is contaminated with the bird flu, and from there on out, it can be a domino effect. Then you can say, well, if it's in there, if that cow had it or whatever, which this also can justify them jacking up the food prices as well. Continuation of jacking up the food prices, but they could easily just say that, well, we got all this milk or this meat from this certain herd, all infected. More than likely, if one of them is infected, then all of them are infected. So that's the reason why certain farmers didn't want to let so-called scientists, examine the cows on their farm, because they already knew they were going to say they were infected, and you got to kill them off. All right, with the farmer's pocket, and it will hurt the food supply chain. All right, so again, something to keep an eye on. We don't know for sure because it's been around for a minute now. Him saying this and that, and also too with the July 4th thing as well. All right, which is still something to keep an eye on. Again, like I said in the video the other day, through the spirit of poverty, how about Shemi Shy, I really don't like to set my heart on dates, my mind on dates, because usually nothing happens. But you know, like the scriptures speak about with us being in perilous times, so we're in dangerous times. So we're at a time where shit could pop off uh, at any minute now. All right, so stuff like this, we still have to keep a watchful eye on because Esau again could run with something like this. All right, and next thing you know, just like with the C-19. All right, just like with the C-19. With the C-19, one day, everything was straight. Next day, NBA was shutting their games down and telling people to leave. You know, jobs or whatever. You had to do testing and wear masks, and shit just changed. So it's the same thing could come with this or the new variant of the C-19 that's out there. All right. So again, we're living in dangerous times, man. We're living in perilous times. All right. So that's why